John's just retired from astronautics. He was one of the last men to make a moonwalk. John, are you all right, son? You're white as a sheet and you're trembling.
Nothing I can do. It's happening again. I'm changing.
And in several seconds, we see before us a man-wolf. It runs through the darkness as it hunts its quarry. And that quarry is man. The mark of the man-wolf. A man-wolf.
Hello, and welcome to the Werewolf by Night podcast. This season, we're talking about Marvel's number 2 lycanthrope, John Jameson, a.k.a. the Man-Wolf, a.k.a. Lobo, a.k.a. Manny. I'm your co-host, Matt Howell.
I'm Jacob Balcom.
And we are joined today by an esteemed guest, a fellow Portlander, Jack Rudo.
Hey, hello, guys. So excited to be here. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah,
we're glad you're here.
Yeah, we're really excited to talk to you. So you are behind the Portland zine Stapled Spine.
Yes.
Which we found out about, got some issues from you. And zines are such a huge part of Portland. You've been in Portland a long time. Tell us a little bit about your zine, just right off the top.
Well, I started doing zines in '94, and it's always kind of gone back and forth happening. If I go too far without getting one, it's kind of like a tattoo. When you get the itch and you want to start doing it again. And it's, the pendulum swung back and forth between pro wrestling and monster movies. And then now it's like heavily into to monster horror comics, because just the Portland scene of comics creators is so thick. It's amazing here. But yeah, I mean, as far as being in Portland, it's, I produced and put on the Portland Halloween bazaars with Dark Horse and stuff down in 2007, 8, 9, and 10. And then I got burnt out throwing Halloween parties for the whole city. So I kind of want to do something more manageable. And the zine started back up. And it was just focused on like horror bands, horror books, stuff like that. But then when the pandemic hit, I went bonkers rebuying like into comic books. Like there's one book that like sticks in your brain, and it's like that's the one book that means something to you. Mm-hmm. And it's the Spectacular Spider-Man with Tombstone, the origin of Tombstone standing over, just the white, and that cover, that book, I was 12 I think when that came out or something like that. And the Lonnie Lincoln and Robbie Robertson, that the Sal Buscema drawing with the sick little pinprick eye pupils. Anyway, so I bought that, and then I started going, oh man, I want to get horror stuff, because then I can at least throw it into my zine. And then before I knew it, a year had passed, and I have a full run of Tomb of Dracula. I got Frankenstein's Monster. I got the Werewolf by Night. and I just went nuts. So then I started branching out, and I got Man-Wolf, and then suddenly, and I got kicked off of Facebook one too many times, and finally said, you know what, screw Facebook. Like literally, I quoted, I think the new Dune was coming out, and I quoted the scene from with Sting. It says, "I will kill him." Oh, God. Like it literally, I wrote it in quotes and had it above the actual GIF, and they kicked me off for 90 days because I was threatening someone's life. Anyways, wow. So then I come in, I said, well,
can I share something before you move on?
Please.
Why I got kicked off Twitter for 90 days? Same exact bullshit. It was the Mutant Fam. We were watching The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs one night.
Yep, I'm a member. I'm a fam.
Somebody mentioned something about, I don't remember what the fucking joke was, but I made a reference to Ed Wood, the Tim Burton film, and I put a GIF of what's his name as Bella.
Martin Landau
as Bela Lugosi, and I said something like, "Let's shoot this fucker."
Exactly.
And I got kicked. Somebody reported me, and I got kicked off. And I appealed to them. I said, "No, this is shooting film. This is a quote from the movie. Yeah. Here is the script of the film. Oh Here is the scene in a GIF with subtitles." And I said all this shit, and they're like, "Sorry, nothing we can do." I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me."
No, yeah.
This is a technology run amok.
And I was seriously, I saw just someone photoshopped the Zuckerberg's face with the "you can't do that on television" writing on his face, but it said you can't do this on Facebook. So anyway, so that caused me to branch out, and I was like, all right, I'll try Instagram, I'll try Twitter, and no shit, man, it just, the traction I got with creators and just people that create stuff that I like was through the roof. Like just, and I'm one of those guys. If it's something I like, I'll find the people who did it and I'll tell them, hey man, this was a bright spot in my day. I dig what you're doing. I like it a lot. And if it's something I don't like, I don't say shit. Just
bless you.
Why say anything? What's the point? But yeah, no. And it also, the traction there is like talking to people and be like, hey, thanks. I would love to, do an email interview with you for my zine. And they think an e-zine, which is a blog. And I'm like, no, it's folded paper and sometimes staples. And toner. I have to admit, the guys here at the Werewolf by Night podcast, like, yeah, bought a bunch of my zines and I was going to put them together and stuff, and I'd mail them out, but we had to get them in early. So they come to pick them up, and I actually didn't staple my newest one. And for a zine called Stapled Spine, I dropped to my knees, and it was, why?
The irony was appreciated. Like Jacob drove by and dropped them off yesterday, and I think the second one I opened up, like the pages fell out on the floor, and we just looked at each other and started laughing.
Damn it!
But then I read the ones I had, and I fucking loved it. It was so fun being transported. I mean, God, first of all, there are probably some younger people here who don't quite know what a zine is. So
they haven't raged against. Well, you got to rage against the machine and publish zines. And
so explain to them that you're essentially printing out a blog.
You are. And here's the thing, and this is just also for anyone that, and Portland has a really strong zine scene, actually. Portland Button Works here in North Portland. Alex Reck and her team have been putting out stuff for decades. My zines are actually in the Multnomah County libraries. They put them out there and stuff for you because I think 5 of our larger libraries have zine sections. But the idea is, and you've got to do this, you can't try and compete with the internet. You're not doing any new releases or breaking news or any shit because it's paper, and I'm literally going to the UPS store because they bought Kinko's. Kinko's doesn't exist. So I go there and they walk in, they're like, hey, and they're like, hey, zine guy. Like, yeah, the 90s theme should hit or something. It's silly, but it's good. And it literally, I take an issue, like I'm almost finished with issue 10 right now. We just went live with our pre-sale for it. And I do it just like the old AIG films, American Internationals. I will build the poster first, and then you write the movie afterwards.
I love it.
So I have a picture of Darren McGavin, and because I've been on a big Night Stalker kick lately,
fucking A,
as one should.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love this pic of Darren, and then I go and look up. I just typed in ugliest vintage female in horror, and like the movie 1958 Dracula or Frankenstein's daughter comes up.
Okay,
and it's got these big bushy eyebrows and the snaggle teeth. But because it's a February issue, and my lady, she's into it, and we're gonna do not a full Valentine's issue, but still have some hints that it's a February issue. So it's Darren talking to his little stick, recording microphone, looking inquisitive at you, and then have Frankenstein's daughter wistfully looking at him, and he says, "Sup, babe?"
Yeah.
and so I build the cover, and then honestly, I just I just scratch out a list of all the people and creators that I dig recently, books I've read, just stuff that's going on, and especially if I can do Portland stuff, like I'll pour over Oregon, like actual films made in Oregon. And then I'll go, and it'll work. It's backwards working, honestly. I envision what I want to have in the zine, and I figure out how to put it in there. And if it doesn't happen, then I can still write about wanting to try and put it in there. But then I'll also put in like mazes and word searches and other dumb stuff that, like, you bought this piece of paper, you might as well interact with it, So it's a unique thing. It's scrapbooking, it's scissors and glue stick, and it's literally like photocopying and all that stuff. But it's, in today's day and age, it's really fun to reach out to someone that's like, everything is digital, and be like, hey, do you want to, let's have some emails, and I'll print them out and put you in an envelope, I guess.
Yeah, but weirdly enough, my son is 22, and as he was growing up, he grew up in Denver, but would come out here in the summers, and I'd take him to the zine symposium, and while she still had it open, I'd take him to Reading Frenzy, and he loved zines, loved the concept of it. All of his friends now still really love zines. He made his own zine when he was a teenager. Like it's something that I think even younger generations who are raised on just purely digital content, I think it's kind of something that is kind of novel at first when they see it, but then once they actually really start to read it, the tactile thing, the cut and paste, aspects of everything, like your zine reminds me of, just the height of zines, like it's
I have not changed anything from 94. I swear to God.
No, it's it's like it's 1995. I've taken the Max downtown. I'm going into Reading Frenzy and Counter Media.
Yep.
I'm getting the newest issue of Murder Can Be Fun.
Oh yeah,
and the Somnambulist, and all the like classic Portland zines. And so it really took
that
me
was
back.
That was like my mecca when I moved here in Portland in 2000 to find out the Independent Publishing Resource Center was up there on the 4th floor, and then you go down there and there's Counterculture. I was like, oh my God, what is this place? It's just all the cool. And then Powell's was up the street. I was like, oh, this is so good. And it is. It's there's something about it, and it also mixes with any other type of scene. Like there could be bands or shows or anything else. You just flop it out on the table and leave it there. Wait, what are we? Yeah, zines. Yeah, and so. So it's definitely something that I've gotten into, and it's just a fun side thing that like you could kind of just mix into any type of promotional or just community, really.
It immediately, I mean, yesterday after Jacob dropped those off and I finished work and logged off and flopped down the couch and opened one up, I was immediately transported to 1994. I'm going to U of O. I'm at the Kinko's, and we're getting ready to play John Henry's, and I was gluing some picture of Hercules from some fucking thing I'd done, and
we're all praying to Art Chantry and
11 by 17. Yep. And just it was a very I loved being transported back to that. And like Jacobs was saying, I mean, it's just like, it is not just novelty, though. There is something about the physical interaction. Like if I had went to your blog, which there are gazillions of blogs similar to what you do, I would have gone through it, said pretty cool, bookmarked it, and never looked at it again. But I'm having these around. I keep picking them up today and just flipping through them and just being happy that they're physically here.
Yeah. And that's another thing, too, is I try and make it annoyingly crammed with junk.
I love it.
Like I will literally, like, I don't know where this came from, but it's an old magazine joke, is I will, once every issue, there'll be a spot that says, this space deemed too small for jokes.
Yeah.
it's so
pretty cracked.
There has to be,
that is very cracked.
There has to be, because you got to sit there and if you're gonna spend $5 on eight pieces of paper stapled together, it might as well be some fun stuff in there.
So I have some questions.
Okay.
First of all, I love that you're in the library system. That is for checkout, right? Not for purchase. That is for
checkout.
Citizens.
I gave them. I donated them. They offered to buy them. I said that's ridiculous. Donate them, and they're there. And I think I have a list. I just put it up, but it's there's like 6 branches. I think the main 6 ones that have a zine section.
Yeah, I saw that in one of the issues. Also, the bag that Jacob brought over yesterday had Comic Cave stamped on it. So, are you in shops?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I haven't been a lot recently just because of the pandemic and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, I did a hard push before, this is before I got on Twitter, but I was just Facebooking it. And Instagram, when I was just Facebooking it, I was getting in, I was hitting Tacoma and Seattle, and definitely I think I had it in 8 different shops here in Portland. Like I can't say for it now, it's been 3 years, but like Floating World, and then a bunch of non-comic shops and stuff like that.
That was my next question was, are you in Floating World? Because I love what you're doing, but I'm also incredibly lazy and incredibly busy. So can I just add you to my pull list? Because I would love to not miss an issue.
I would love to do that. I'll have to get back in contact with them. I know for a fact that the guys at the ones that stock it regularly is Cosmic Monkey and my local shop, Dougie, down at the Comic Cave. He always has them. Yeah. That's my neighborhood shop. I go down there and hang with Doug weekly.
He seems like a cool guy.
Bust through the door every Wednesday. I bust through the door. It's the greatest day of the week.
Last question. You said you tried to spotlight local stuff when you can. Have you reviewed the film, and maybe in an issue I don't have, Unhinged? That was filmed up at the mansion. What's the mansion up on the hill?
Piddock Mansion?
Piddock Mansion?
I haven't. When did that come out?
82. It's a slasher.
Okay.
It's hard to find. I will be happy to get you a file from shady piratey areas.
No, I love that stuff. And that's when you mentioned Blood Song, I was like just digging. Literally, I was like digging for hours through movies that were shot in Portland, stuff like that. I even found an old 1957 nuclear bomb, like made for schools movie called Day X or something like that. And it's like at the Portland water resurfacing plants and stuff. Unhinged. I'm not familiar with that. Note taken. Issue 11. Here we come.
I will take care of you.
Yeah, no, I'm at the point where like I'm all excited, like tracking down the people that were putting out Antlers. And this was 2019 before it got postponed. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be great. And then I find out it's all filmed in Canada. I'm like, oh, all right, lose my number.
It was just set in Oregon on the coast.
Losers.
That's disappointing.
Tax breaks, suckers.
Yeah,
exactly.
Whatever.
Yep. No.
Well, how can people order your stuff? I was going to say, how can they find you online? But that is not the point.
Nope.
The point is media.
As the world heals, we hope, or we're just a boy with his dog. Stapledspine.com is the best place right now, and it has an old map on there of where issues used to be, but it definitely has just all my available issues. And right now, I'm even doing a comic book yard sale where I just have like going through my short boxes over the last 3 years and like selling random stuff, but definitely they're on stapledspine.com.
Great.
And then it's the same thing. It's staple. I mean, first of all, I just want to say how lucky I am to have picked such a dumb, perfect name that no one's used for anything for small press.
No shit, right?
Stapled Spine.
Shocking.
You dum-dums. I got it. Yeah. That's me.
You, like you were saying, you do that kind of yard sale thing. You have some stuff you're selling also on the side in addition to the zine.
Yeah, and I've bought so many comics too. Like I'm not going to send it to you in a Ziploc bag or gallon bag. It's going to be in Gemini books and all Gemini boxes and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah.
But question: we mentioned in our last episode that we're going to have a special episode with the director Brad Elmore, who made Bit, and we're going to talk about the Supernaturals from '98. And
I have those.
Pick. Are those for sale, or are you just bragging?
I would sell them just because, they all came with masks. And the hard one to get, for some reason, they made a low print run of the Ghost Rider mask at the time. And I never got the Ghost Rider. So I don't have the Ghost Rider. I have 5 of them. There's 4 books, but there was a preview. An issue 0 was the preview. And I'd be. See, I'm also now like my new guy that I'm hot for. I'm a huge Blade fan. I have every single book that Blade's been in. But now I'm like, oh, Brother Voodoo, what up, Jericho? Let's do some Jericho books.
That's my guy.
And which is translates, if you really want good Jericho stuff, you read Colin Bunn's Shadow Man over on Valiant right now.
Right.
Hot tip, baby, hot tip.
And I never read the '90s one that the PlayStation game was based on.
I didn't either. Although I did FOMO out and went and bought issue 1. I tracked down, so we'll see.
Okay.
But the current one's good. So who's looking to buy them? What's going on?
Wait,
someone might be interested.
Just kicking tires.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
One of us might be interested.
Hey, as long as you don't cut it up and put it in a book or something. God.
Yeah, that'd be a shame with '90s comics.
Yeah. Oh no.
the
all that '90s money.
Did I mention there's cardstock masks in them? Hello.
You did.
Okay.
You did.
Anyways,
all right. That is pretty cool. I guess I wouldn't chop that up and make a button out of it.
That's the thing. There's not enough for it. And it wasn't just Marvel either. It was what was it? They had
Chaos.
It was Chaos, like their weird jack-o'-lantern. It looks like Sam Hain from the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Yeah.
Or something like that. The real original design of just a giant pumpkin head on like a skinny body. It was revolutionary.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and we got to explain what it is you do, and that people can check it out because I think they really should.
Thank you guys so much.
It's a perfect fit for our show.
Yeah, it is. And I'm really hoping I can add you. Please talk to Jason at Floating World so that you can get distribution there so I don't have to go to more than one place in my life.
Very good.
Awesome. When is that, Darren McGavin? That's coming out. What is your cadence? Are you quarterly?
You know what? It is it's a hobby. And what happened to me is I will get going and I'll get up some steam and I'll do them once a month. But then I'll do a double sized for October. And you have to nail that really heavily in September. Because if you want to talk to October people or Halloween people, it's good. good luck trying in the actual month of October.
Yeah.
The point is, I put so much energy and stuff into having a double-sized one for October. I'm burnt out. And I'm like, nope, November's gone, December's gone, and then January hits. And I'm like, oh, I kind of want to do a zine again.
Right, I get that.
So it's literally like it's pretty much monthly, February to October.
Okay, I swear we're launching into Creatures on the Loose 31, guys. But one more question.
Yep.
I see that you are a supporter of Guignol Fest.
Oh yeah.
Do you know Uncle Erie, Joseph Dufresne?
Joseph Dufresne owes me money, and he's my DM.
Are you
My
serious?
dungeon master. Yeah, I'm friggin' serious. Screw that guy.
But he owes you money for reals?
No, I'm kidding. He's a buddy. It was actually him and his twin brother James, the better looking twin. Their birthday was yesterday.
It was.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking about him.
Yeah, you know, Uncle Erie's a good old dude of mine. He used to host at all my my live events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
In fact, I call myself they're twins and then an older brother, and I call myself the fourth Dufresne brother, the Doofs. Heads up to the Doofs.
Is that how you say his name? I always said it Dufresne, like Shawshank.
I say Dufresne because that's how it's spelled, and I'm a jerk. So
okay,
Dufresne.
If you aren't sick of him, by the way, you can dig into That's Cool, That's Trash, the podcast I did before, and I had him on for a Halloween episode, and we talked about a Halloween movie. I'm a huge fan of his. I stumbled on his show on public access like 10 years ago or something like that, and was like, oh my God, there's a horror host in Portland, Oregon.
Yep.
Life is worth living again.
I went out a couple of times. Yeah, in the apartment complex they were living in, they were like filming the shack for that they built was like literally in like a storage shed next to like the parking garage or something. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to put a link into his stuff too as well in the notes. Okay, so are we ready for this?
I got my issue here, number 31. It's good plus, and we're gonna tear into it. Let's do it.
Good plus. Yes. Awesome. This is cover dated September 1974, and as I said, that's when I noticed this was bi-monthly. I don't know if it was always bi-monthly or not. Jacob, do you know?
I'm not sure, but I mean, I don't. This doesn't sound like a title that would be a strong monthly title. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that this is not a premiere title. Most likely it was bi-monthly, but we're wrong a lot. So
yeah. Well, at any rate, this was this has cover art by Gil Kane with inks by Frank Giacoia. And this is the design that whoever wins the season 2 official cocktail contest, this is the shirt that you're going to have if you win.
I love this. The backseat terror covers are freaking amazing.
I love
so
them.
Good.
So the winner is going to either choose this on black, which I think looks smarter, or a distressed. I don't like distressed. Distressed one on like off-white cream, which just doesn't work for me.
No, that's gross.
It's good plus. It's 2.0. It's 2.0. That's it.
Distressed.
So we talked about how there was the classic Werewolf by Night, where you're seeing the couple in the front seat and the werewolf popping up in the rear view. And this one, we're looking through the windshield at 2 cops driving in a squad car with the man wolf in the popping out of the back, and he's in mid transformation because his radiation suit tunic appears to be popping off. And one big mustachioed cop says, "Okay, you in back, pipe down. One more sound out of you and we'll, hey, who, what?" And the other guy driving says, "Stay back, don't." And the bottom just says, "The beast within." Thoughts on this, Jack?
I love that it's, okay, first of all, it is an amazing cover. And he's got our boy, JJJ Jr. has his left hand like with a fistful of his lemon lime onesie, and the mustachioed cop is like they bifurcated his face like in half. Like it feels like they started with him and drew the rest out from him.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's very porno mustache.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
I like the rollers. The actual lights on the top are very Police Story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, this is a really great cover. I love Gil Kane pencils with Frank Giacoia inks. It's very distinct, very different from Ramita inks. And Matt, I know you said we should start tracking this. So I looked up the corresponding Werewolf by Night issue for this month is issue 21, where werewolf Lou Hackett is falling into a vat of molten steel.
AKA one of my very favorite issues ever.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's it. So it's a really killer issue that also was written by Doug Mensch. So he has 2 werewolf titles on the stands.
Yeah,
that's right. He had taken this over Midsummer a few issues before, huh?
Yep. I think just 2
or
issues.
One issue before even, I think.
Yeah,
it's one. I think Vampires on the Moon was written by Friedrich.
And that's 19, right?
That's 19. So yeah, within 2 months, Mensch had taken over. Wow.
I'm the king of Marvel werewolves, baby. What do you do?
Yeah.
I love Kane and Giacoya's face on the Man-Wolf here. I'm really digging that, apart from Werewolf by Night, they're not doing the universal Wolfman. This is a man-wolf. I dig it.
It always struck me. I never understood why he was white, but I can't argue with it. I don't hate it. It's just I want someone to come up with a reason and tell me why.
I just thought it was Moon. I thought it was like moon radiation. Yeah.
Timberwolf or Moon. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's been to the moon. So yeah, he gets to be Moon White. No, and I think it's cool that there's 2 werewolves right now at Marvel, and they're both so distinct, style-wise, color-wise. Like they are not the same. And I think that was a really smart move.
Yeah.
I feel as a person that's dealt with anxiety my entire adult life, seeing the Man-Wolf pulling at his tunic, it's like, guys, is it hot in here? Yeah. I can't fucking breathe.
Yeah, it's very orderly, just with that one clenched fist at the collar. He's like, "Good."
Yeah.
So I love this cover passionately, and I think it was a great choice to make a T-shirt out of. So whoever wins that contest.
Yeah, we'll have a couple more drinks coming up. We'll probably try one next week.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can hassle that guy and get the recipe.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Ben, right?
Yeah. I don't want to win the contest because we're going to be making...
We're totally discounting Squirt and Jameson?
That is in the running.
That's not discounted.
That's absolutely in the running.
What discount? We go Jerry Seinfeld all of a sudden. No discount. No. But we are going to be on Into the Night.
Oh, yes, that's right.
We're going to be on a bonus episode of Into the Night for the Patreon supporters, where it's a Moon Knight themed cocktail. It's a show and tell, and we're making a drink called the Werewolf, Wolfman, something, and then someone's making a Captain Harlock. Is that how you say it? The anime Harlock.
I think so.
Didn't quite saw how that fit in, but anyway,
that's cool.
We're making cocktails and trying each other's cocktails, so I'm not going to enter my submission.
No, but yeah, we'll have another listener submission on the next episode, probably, of this show.
But we'll see if Ray will let us share our segment, at least, if nothing else, so they can see us making a werewolf, which is just half Drambuie, half Jack Daniels, or any other bourbon, shaken and strained. It's pretty simple.
Oh wow, yeah, that's really that's something. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, that is very Buck Cowan. All right, I'm gonna move us along. Let's jump to the opening page. So the opening page, as it said in the cover, the title of the story is "The Beast Within." Our creators for this issue are Doug Mensch, writer; George Tuska, artist; Vince Coletta, inker; Michelle Brand, colorist; Tom Orzechowski, letterer; and Rascally Roy Thomas, editor. So the only name we haven't seen before in any of the werewolf books is Michelle Brand. So Michelle Brand has a pretty interesting background. She started at Marvel in '69 before going on to work in the underground comics for a while. She was part of some of the first feminist underground comics, like women's comics and the It Ain't Me Babe anthology. That was alongside like Lisa Lyons and my favorite, Trina Robbins. And yeah, it's really cool shit. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to check out the It Ain't Me Babe anthology, but it's great. It's a great response to what underground comics were at the time, which were great, but also sexist, very misogynistic and kind of awful in another way. So it's really cool to get the response from that. And yeah, especially, and I think the editor on that anthology was Trina Robbins, who is my favorite for so many reasons, of being an amazing historian. Her biography is incredible. Yeah, just all of that. So yeah, Michelle Brand was a big part of that. And then she went on to work on and off for Marvel, Warren, DC. For years before. I think she retired in 97. And she was also married to Bernie Wrightson for a while. I think they got married in 76. And so she's really cool artist to try and check out some of her other stuff. I'm not sure if we get her again on this title. We kind of have a revolving door of colorists that I'm noticing on Creatures on the Loose, especially in the next couple issues as well. But I'm glad we get her colors. I mean, her colors on this issue are great. You know, there's one big change that we're going to see, which is John's hair color, which is very different. But aside from that, I think her colors on this are great. And as far as the letterer, Tom Orzechowski, we've had him before on Werewolf by Night. I think some of the issues right around this era. And he was the one who was most famous for, let me see what the number is. He went on to letter over 6,000 pages of Chris Claremont's Uncanny X-Men. He lettered it from 1979 to 1993.
Holy crap.
So he lettered the most verbose, wordy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a Hall of Fame moment right there.
Wow.
That guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's probably just got claw hand in his old folks' home.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, we got great creators this issue. So the story for this issue opens with a full page spread of Man-Wolf falling off the top of the Statue of Liberty. Simon Stroud is looking down on him. So basically right where we left off at the end of last issue. And super cool page. Like, okay, I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't know, compared to last issue, I really don't know how much Vinny actually inked this. Either he was having a great day where he was not distracted by anything, or Tuska did the majority of the inks.
Which would you wager?
I don't know, because Vinny can surprise you. Sometimes he can just bust out an amazing issue, but this does not look like his good inks. I honestly am leaning towards that. I think Tuska did the majority of the art on this, and Vinny maybe just did backgrounds or something. Maybe Tuska was kind of pissed off, like a lot of pencilers are, when Vinny gets his hands on their work and he sees them come out and they're like, what the fuck? Like,
no, because this opening page with Man-Wolf falling, I mean, just look at the big like ropes in the forearms, and I mean, just the fur. Again, like you guys say, how do you measure a werewolf comic? It's just the freaking fur. It's the fur, baby. And this is just right off the jump, page one. You know that this is someone that knows werewolves. It looks great. It's fantastic.
I agree that Vince can do great work when he feels like it. I don't think that Man-Wolf's face is of any good day. I think it's George Tuska.
I think it is too. I don't think it doesn't look like anything that Vinny has done in the past with a wolf face. So yeah, that's my overall commentary on this issue. Is I think that Coletta's inks are going to be mostly background and other things. I honestly don't think there's one face in this issue that Coletta inked.
Yeah. I think I agree. I'm going to go out of the gate here and just kind of, we don't normally comment on the whole issue at the top, but this to me felt very much like if there were not backups in the last issue, this could have been just the second half of the last issue.
Yeah.
Much in the way that like Sunvolt's first album, Trace, came out and blew my fucking mind. And then their second album came out and it's like, it's good. It sounds a lot like the first one. It just kind of seemed like they just kind of said, and here's some more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very specific, but very accurate comparison, actually. Yeah. No, I also
last issue was Trace, and this one's Straightaway.
No, I was also underwhelmed by Straightaways, but you know, they brought it back.
Okay. I stopped listening after that one. So you gotta be careful with fans.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to say, like, you know, it's a short issue. I think it's even one page shorter than the last one.
Yeah, it's got a backup story as well in the original, The Walking Dead.
Yeah, and half of it's flashing back to everything that we've talked about so far this season.
Yeah, I'm really excited you guys had me on for this issue. Thanks.
Well, I'm glad we had time to talk about your zine, bruh.
Yeah, we wouldn't have had time to talk about it if we were just gushing about Simon Stroud the whole fucking episode.
Oh, why shouldn't you? Simon Stroud. Oh my God. There wasn't enough screaming.
No.
Oh.
So I guess my comment on this was just, I know it was 2 months ago in publishing time, but Simon Stroud did not have time to change into his cat burglar outfit. No. So continuity, who's that? Roy? What's up? Come on. He was wearing a painted on red turtleneck.
Yes. Well, as you'll see on the next page, there's lots of continuity stuff that's a little different with this issue.
Okay,
well, he's been falling long enough for his fur to turn gray as well.
Yeah.
That's what I think. It was like Leland Palmer. Like he just woke up one morning and it's gray.
I was waiting for you to make that comparison. As I'm reading this, I'm just like, oh, I'm going to see which one of us can race to the Leland Palmer comparison.
So we see the man wolf hit the water, and then we get Simon Stroud looking over the edge of the handrailing there, and that's where I sent you a picture, Jacob. Like, this is what I'm saying, Doug McClure. This is the model. Like, this looks like Doug McClure, the actor.
Yep.
And he's looking over saying, well, that settles that. Time to slap the permanently closed label on my report for this case, because there ain't nothing alive that can survive a fall like that. In the bottom half of this page, we get a nice little sequence here where we see an unconscious form floating as the sun rises. It lands up on a beach, and he looks very cute, by the way, as he lands on the beach, and he's still kind of sleeping, like half in the water, half out. Looks like some kind of Japanese weird thing somebody'd have some kind of sexual crush on.
Have you seen those baby werewolf dolls that they make? That's what's going on here. Oh, it's like a $3,000 lifelike baby, but it's a werewolf baby. Anyways,
He's adorable, so yes. I get it. Then we get a nice 3-panel transformation. Quick note. The pendant has turned back to its correct color of red, finally, at this point. So now it is not a giant pearl. It is a red glowing moonstone. And a great 3-panel transformation here that I'm doing an animation of. I'll be sharing that on our feed so you can see a little animation of this kind of sequence here with the Pixies' Tame in the background as he turns back into a man. And he is very hunky and manly, much like Doug McClure. And his hair, like we said, is gray with a tint of purple, like a nursing home purple.
Yep.
So maybe this is taking its toll on him. We don't know. But that middle, the middle of the transformation is always the hardest panel. And he looks a little goofy. He's Bela Lugosi. He's with Spock ears on.
You can't go from full canine to human without getting a little puma in there.
That middle panel
like
is
Puma,
always
right.
He does look like Puma.
Yeah, he landed in the Southwest Sands and he became Puma.
So he wakes up and he's holding his head like he's got a hangover, and then he remembers basically everything that's happened since Spidey 124. So we see a great panel. Like if we're doing a flashback, I do love this great panel of him jumping through JJJ's office or condo window.
Yeah. No, it's and like you said, Matt, you and I text a lot about these issues off when we're not recording, and you had said that because it's happened so often already in this run, that we should make part of our drinking game the same as we did back in Werewolf by Night, to where when someone jumps through a glass window or there's a broken window, that we should take a drink. So it's
a big glass.
Yeah, it's a big glass. So Man Wolf is also co-sponsored by Big Glass, just like Werewolf by Night was.
Fucking dirty. Everything's dirty. But I do like this last panel here. A great reimagining of that same moment as he breaks into his dad's apartment.
Yeah, he's just beating up furniture and the phone's flying off the hook. And
So are those 2 panels like on your page?
Oh shit, I stole your panels. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm scrolling on a pirate site. So it
okay. All right.
There's no notation of which page is which. I took 2 of Jacob's panels. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah, Jack's got the real thing. There's staples in those spine.
God dang it.
Yeah. So yeah, as you were saying, Matt, this is basically just a recap from the events of ASM 124 and 125, these 2 pages. It's an economical recap, but it still feels kind of weird that we get such a extended recap in like the second issue of this run. I don't know. I mean,
do you think it's because this is Creatures on the Loose and it's not really just a full Man Wolf? So on their stuff, they think this is just a pop in whenever you want kind of book to the kids?
No, I mean, it's I don't know. What do you think, Matt?
I think it's that plus the fact that ASM 124 happened literally a year ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, when I was reading this is one of those times where I'm like, I don't know where Jim Shooter is at in the world at this point, but he just got a tingle in his nethers.
Tingle in his tingle.
Because someone's recapping an entire thing. Like this could be someone's first Man Wolf comic. So
yeah, I don't know how much you want to cover. I mean, just obviously we all probably got here and said this is a recap, so let's just enjoy the art, which is what I did. But some of the art's interesting. Like I love the recap of Spidey yanking the pendantectomy.
Yes,
performing the wolf looking directly at us. Like like I've seen my dog look at me like that before. Like when my wife's like laying on her and just like I love you, and she's like, please fucking help me.
Yeah, but Spidey's like he's not even ripping it. His fist is closed and he's punching it off of the back of his head.
Yeah, that is what he likes to do.
There are some dodgy Spider-Manses coming up here.
Oh, on the next page, take that.
Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. Also, I thought Morbius looked like he was from the Dark Crystal.
Oh my God, that Morbius!
What is that weird kitty cat mouth thing?
I don't know, but his AJ Styles hair is destroying me.
Yes, his hair. He has a hair whip like a bunny. He's a bunny man. He's
a bunny man. Yeah, that's that third panel on that page is a travesty of
the
Morbius.
celery stalks at midnight. There he is.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So this is my page, right? I'm not.
Yep, this is your page.
Okay, good. So also the Weird Anatomy of Spidey shoulder checking Morbius.
Yeah.
Looks a little weird. Like it doesn't depends on the
Spidey's in the pit. He's in the circle. And he's,
Yep. I think I was at that show.
Yeah.
That was Melvin's Breeders and Nirvana. It was great.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
And this Christine Saunders in the bottom left. My first glance, I was like, oh, another gorgeous Tuska female. And I was like, actually, she looks a little weird. And then I covered half of her face. I was like, that looks fine. And then I covered the other half, like, that looks fine. And then you remove your hand, like, oh, she's cross-eyed.
Maybe that's the one Vinny face we get in this issue. Let's blame Coletta. It's such an easy thing to do.
You guys see the little promo text at the bottom there below that picture?
The Great Dracula ripoff?
The Great Dracula ripoff. It's happening now in Monsters of the Movies. Is that number 1?
Yeah. What was that a part of the
number
magazine
1
line?
Yeah, when they were doing
Curtis.
The Charles, the Curtis and Charles. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then we get Spidey doing a cool. Somebody named this.
Damn it! We do this every.
Jack cross hammer.
All it makes me think,
guy.
Yeah, just that's double axe handle.
Double axe handle.
It looks what it needs. It needs like the classic Kingpin Soya set.
Yeah.
So I'm adding this one. I'm drinking when there's what's it? Double axe handle.
Double axe handle
drink.
Yeah.
All right. This is already a mess because I've stolen some of Jacob's panels. I know I'm gonna be fucking putting rocks in my shoes tomorrow and whipping myself at night.
Shaving one heel of one shoe.
Yeah. All right. So the next page, we just have one last panel of recap to where, and it's narrated even. It says, and finally he remembers the conflict with Simon Stroud atop the Statue of Liberty. So he's just been slowly going through these last events of his. And then we get a series of panels of him waking up. He's been shot, remember, like Simon Stroud fucking shot him. And so he's says with an aching head full of warped memories, he sighs and picks his way up. And it says 1 hour later, the Daily Bugle building in Midtown Manhattan. I love that middle panel of him just kind of, slouching and just kind of dragging his way into the offices. And everyone there just looks fucking terrified. Says whose lobby is presently the site of mingled consternation and shock. I just see shock. I don't see a lot of consternation. And then when he gets in the elevator, he's still just a mess. And this guy's like, what kind of get up is that? And the lady's like, he's hurt.
It's a radiation suit, damn it.
Yeah. Come on. Get with it, people.
Like it says, the elevator ride is one of nervous silence. And when its most ostentatious passenger is disgorged on the floor. Doug.
Douglas.
Wow.
Is this really that shocking in Manhattan? A guy wearing like a onesie.
In 1974? No, this would not. Yeah, this would not be shocking. But yeah, once that ostentatious passenger is disgorged on the floor, occupied by the Daily Bugle editorial offices, he's again just shuffling his way in. And whoever is Jonah's secretary at this point is like, wait, you can't go in there. That office belongs to
J. Jonah Jameson. So yeah, he stumbles into his dad's office. He's all weak. Dad, help me. John, son. And he takes him into his inner room, which I didn't know JJJ had an inner sanctum, but that's kind of cool. Just, there's no incense or anything. It's just cigars, right? Just different types of cigars. So he tucks him into his onto his couch in his inner sanctum. He's like, what happened, son? What changed again to Wolf? He tells him, just lie still. Let me bandage that shoulder. You've lost a lot of blood. And he says, feel so weak. Pain. Yes, I know, son. You need rest. Just lie there and relax. And in these last two panels, John Jameson looks like 20 years older than his dad.
Yeah, I know.
He's been through he's been through a lot.
Yeah. This is kind of, not a whole lot happens art-wise on this page. I mean, it's all pretty standard.
But if you dwell too long in the idea of Jameson's back hidden room with the single cot and the med kit and the leopard print desk lamp. I don't know.
I missed that.
Something's happening there.
Something's happening. Yeah.
Human skin lampshade.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He and Craven have made sweet love there several times.
Tiger had to hold the camera. It was disgusting.
Yeah. Oh man.
Also, house ad on the bottom of that page, man, monster, and machine. That's Deathlock, and he's coming your way. I always like Deathlock.
He's back in right now. He's current.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. He's all the new Avengers storylines that are happening right now. They've got him front and center.
Oh, interesting.
But there's Deathlocks.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Deadpool, where they're just putting it everywhere, and like everyone's Deadpool.
Gwenpool.
Or
no,
Gwen. Yeah,
it's more like the idea that from the future there's multiple of these things called Deathlocks. And they come to straighten stuff out. I don't read it. I just look at covers. I try and BS the comic cave down in Kenton and say, "What's this about?"
Do you read anything current, or are you?
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
The
Darkhold stuff is really good currently. Obviously, I'm excited for the 50th anniversary of Ghost Riders this year, so we'll see what they do with that. You mean as far as Marvel, not independent stuff? I mean, I could go on and on about that, but that's not why.
Marvel.
That's not why we're here, true believers.
No.
Yeah, obviously you have great taste and you read a lot of independent stuff.
Yeah. No, the only Marvel stuff that's happening right now was, Darkhold had some good books. And that was about it.
What's going on with the Darkhold? Are they doing a thing? Line-wide type of?
It's all the Scarlet Witch focused stuff is happening there. I feel like
piggybacking off of WandaVision's success.
They're definitely writing it into the MCU for sure. Okay. And here I am looking at at my 1992 The Darkhold series.
I remember that vividly.
And it's just every cover they throw as many different horrible Marvel horror people on it. Oh, it's Blade, it's Ghost Rider. Oh, it's every different type of Ghost Rider you can imagine.
Oh, I'm sure by like season 6 of this podcast, we'll definitely be hitting that Darkhold series. I'm sure at some point.
Yes.
I don't want to run out of Bronze Age stuff.
I know. Sorry, I shouldn't have even brought it up. I know it's depressing. I can't even think about it. So let's on the next page, we'll get something that's kind of that will bring our spirits up, which is just some amazing Doug narration. So awesome. The first panel is just Jonah saying to his son, "And get some sleep, but God help you, John, and keep you from dreaming." So the next two panels, it basically just we switch our view to Cape Canaveral. But let's hear how Doug Moench would describe this. So he says, "The Cape, man's cultivated spawning ground for the exploration of space and the headquarters of NASA official Franklin Campbell. He just, anytime there's a easy segue, he'll just throw something that is kind of cool and kind of insufferable in there. That,
like, how does he ask his wife to pass the butter at breakfast?
Yeah.
This unchurned
The
cows.
lambent.
Yeah.
My dried heated toast quenches for nourishment of the churned yellow milk product.
And Mitch Pileggi would play Franklin Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So yeah, this is NASA official. Had a guy come in and say, he's like, "Yes, Stevens, what was so important it couldn't keep until tomorrow?" And Stevens is like, "It's about Colonel John Jameson, sir. According to his attendance records, he's been off duty for close to 3 months." And yeah, Mitch Pileggi says, "I'm well aware of that. Colonel Jameson is on an extended leave of absence." And then Stevens says, "Not any longer, sir. He was notified to report for duty 2 weeks ago. And so he still hasn't shown up. Well, that settles it. I have no choice but to declare him AWOL." And
I'll have to look this up, but the werewolf episode of Night Stalker of Kolchak is the same
On the
thing.
cruise ship?
Yeah, it's on the cruise ship, and he's also military or in the Navy, and he's been off duty or whatnot.
That's right.
And
Nice.
I haven't seen that episode for years. We should talk about that in one of the bonus apps.
Yeah, we need to.
And the guy who's actually the werewolf, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know he's someone I was like, oh, that guy's blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he's someone famous now.
I don't remember the guy at all. I remember
he was just a tall, thin, dark-haired gentleman.
Wolfman on a cruise ship was, yeah. Night Stalker the series was a mixed bag, to say the least.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag, but
You always have Darren McGavin, but you always have the electricity monster. It was always a little all over the place.
but it doesn't get any more perfect than that TV movie written by Matheson, the original one.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
So it's one of the best things ever.
It is. That's what I'm saying. The first 2 TV movies I love endlessly. The TV show, I love it because Darren McGavin's in it, and I love his character, but sometimes the Freak of the Week stories weren't that solid.
No.
Yeah,
Agreed. Well, yeah, this page, not a whole lot happens on here, but now we realize that, John's AWOL and they're coming for him.
So have we alluded at all to why John had a leave? Has he referenced this? I mean, he talked about that moonwalk and getting the stone and coming back and having the specialists drill a hole in it and
Yeah, I know.
put that hemp dog leash around it or whatever. But we don't know why he had to leave, right? Like, we don't know if he was like traumatized, you know what I mean? Like, I was just trying to get at, like, was there like some weird interface with a life force or energy that struck him or something weird? Or
I don't think so. I don't think we got any specifics on that. I'm not sure how long after his last moon walk this was, but yeah, he probably just had time off for being a badass astronaut.
Okay.
Wow.
But he went beyond that time and now he's AWOL.
Yep.
And so the FBI is being called to bring him back.
which isn't how that works, but that sounds
I don't know how that works. NASA's, yeah.
Be the MPs, I guess. But
Yes.
yeah.
It would be, yes.
Okay. That actually makes more sense.
Yeah.
So John bolts up and says, "How long have I been asleep?" And his dad's been watching over him. "Take it easy, son. Don't try to get up. You've been injured. You're weak." And he tells him to rest. He's like, "I call a doctor." He's like, "You can't call a doctor, man. Every gunshot has to be reported to the police. I can't do that." And he's freaking out. He's got a very good panicked face. He looks like Moon Boy or whatever. What was that? What was that title with the dinosaur and the
Devil Dinosaur?
Devil Dinosaur? Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like I don't know. He looks like Chaka.
He looks like he's got that dreamy gray hair, the piercing green eyes, and it looks like he's got giant woolly mutton chop sideburns.
Yeah. He looks like he's going to throw a bone up in the air and then it's going to transition into a space shuttle. But
He does.
so yeah, he's freaking out. He grabs a trench coat and just bolts out of his dad's office because he can't hang around. He can't talk to the cops because, you know.
Werewolf stuff.
Because of
Jacob,
werewolf stuff.
Can I mention something real quick?
Please do.
If you buy a humor mag and it's dumb, that's crazy.
Yeah. Guess what? Every issue is dumb. Every single one.
Not Brand X.
Not Brandek. Oh my God. Yeah, Marvel did so much right, but the humor mags, they just never got it right.
Never nailed it.
No, they never nailed it.
Just for the great Marie Severin art.
It's amazing art, but yeah, I know.
No, the writing is just atrocious.
is so bad. So yeah, I think we've had a couple pages in a row where I think we got so much action last issue with Simon Stroud that I think any issue would feel, lesser. But this is a very tame issue. This is
Windmills of My Mind are playing.
Yeah, it's really just not a lot happens. I mean, it's a lot of, I guess, emotional lifting of John Jameson's character, but
very September song though.
Yeah, it is. It's just not. I don't know. What you mentioned at the top of the episode might be right. Like this might have been a full issue, basically that was kind of chopped in half. But I don't know. It's just a weird tone through this whole thing. Makes me wonder if maybe it was. Maybe they're two separate stories that Doug did, and maybe the pacing in this issue might have been what got Doug removed from the book. Yeah. Because
I can't imagine reading the script of last issue and script of this issue or the finished product and being like, yeah, Doug, you're staying on the book, because this is, like I said, it's just him wandering around listening to Joni Mitchell in his head. And I just, I'm not into it, man.
No, it's rough. So we'll go through this. The next page, he goes back to his, back to his house.
This next square right here is totally everything you guys are saying. It is a chill, blustery wind which races down the gritty gray avenues of late afternoon Manhattan. And nowhere is that bleak wind felt more than on Riverside Drive or in the soul of John Jameson.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Janician.
Yeah. God. So,
it's just got that 70s singer-songwritery, sad PBS fucking...
No, not Janician. This is Laura Nero. This is
okay.
this is really intense. So he gets home, and I guess the action on this page is that he sees what he did to his apartment, and just sees his apartment is fucking wrecked. He's like, "Good Lord, what happened here? Who could have done this?"
This is the Hangover issue.
Yeah, this is the Hangover issue. Totally. He's just like, shit, and he's so distraught. But when he sees his Air Force uniform, he says, "My uniform, the one thing that symbolizes everything I am, torn to shreds." He says, "Does the man wolf hate me that much?"
Subtlety.
Yeah, so much subtlety. He sees he's like, "And this portrait of Christine, smashed in rage. How can the man wolf so despise the one person I love?" Yeah, so overwrought.
The duality of being trapped in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Doug's finest moment, but at least he's trying to kind of flesh out this. We talked about this a little bit last episode where, where is Jameson in the mind of the beast? Where does the beast drive? Is he, so he's trying to flesh this out, I think unsuccessfully this issue, but, interesting at least that he brought up Christine Saunders, because last issue, their engagement was kind of just it lighted over. So he's wondering on the next page, is the change more than physical? Does the man wolf somehow manifest the darker side of my psyche? So there's, he's trying to, again, flesh out the
that's interesting, at least.
Stuff, yeah. And bring forth my subconscious hates. And then he changes
into why he subconsciously dresses like Shroud.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah. And so he changes his clothes, and he's like, well, what would happen if I ever became the man wolf in her presence? That's one question that must never be answered. And so, a grim 30 minutes later, he marches over to Christine's apartment. She says, "John, I've been so worried about you, our date last night." He says, "Just thank God I didn't keep it, Christine." And she says, there's some great romance comic kind of art on this page.
Well, her shirt alone is one of my favorite things of the issue.
Yeah.
Like her blouse is badass.
Yeah, she has a badass blouse, definitely with a floral print on it. She says, "Well, I must say, that's the most mysterious excuse you've ever come up with." And he says, "Necessarily so, Christine.
Just give it time, baby. I'll come up with more."
Yeah.
And I'm afraid I'll have to remain equally mysterious about why I have to leave you. She's like, "Leave?" He's like, "Yes, and I don't know when I'll be back." "But we were to be married." I feel like Kids in the Hall character then. But we were going to be married.
Yeah.
Chicken lady. Sorry.
Oh my God.
But yeah, beautiful, romance panel there on the last of that page with like her looking away with a solitary tear forming on her cheek, and he's behind her, like letting her know, this is for the best, darling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that kind of art has to show up somewhere in Marvel, because I'm pretty sure most of the romance comics are done at this point. I mean, 74? I think that by 74, I mean, I'm pretty sure Night Nurse is done.
Yep.
They had resurrected My Love, I think, was one, and
it was like Ramita, 72, 73, right?
Yeah, Ramita did a lot of great art for that, and but yeah, so. And I'm a fan of romance comics, as silly as a lot of them are. There's great art, and sometimes there's even a great story in it. Did you guys hear about that romance comic that Tom King did with Elsa Chartier? I think they just put it out on their Substack. I guess it's free, like kind of as a promotion.
I missed that.
For their Substack, it looks really, really cool. I mean, I'm a big fan of. Yeah,
I don't know what Substack is. I've seen the name. I don't know what it is.
It's where it's like I did it with Tinian, and I just canceled it the other day. Basically, you're paying X amount of dollars to read their newsletter and their blog, and then they give you a chance. Like you can buy, like, what was it? They had holiday cards and stuff. I'm like, but it's just you're spending money to get their.
So they're monetizing a personal blog, or.
Well, it's that, but I mean, there's supposed to be comics that you're supposed to get as well coming up for subscribing to like a monthly thing.
Some people aren't comics creators on Substack. Sometimes they're just writers and
that's the majority of it. But the big news, of course, of this last winter, I think, what was it? October, November, and stuff like that, when they really announced that they made it sound like all these huge creators were leaving the comic industry as we knew it to go to Substack. It was like a kind of an image style conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
And it hasn't happened yet. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's not like, stuff stopped coming out.
Well, it was that weird thing where it's just a bunch of venture capitalists like threw insane amounts of money at Jonathan Hickman and and Tinian and all these major creators, and basically it was just like, here's all this money to come and put your content on Substack, but you still own it. Like, I don't understand their business plan. I don't understand how they're going to make any money off of it. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
What you got, Matt?
Jacob, you're going to love this.
Right.
Included in the master pronunciation reel, a friend introduces James and says, I always say Tinian, but it's Tinian, right? And he goes, yes, it's actually Tinian.
All right, there you go.
That's why all of his stuff is the Tiny Onion.
Okay,
I never got that.
Yeah, if you guys look I interviewed Steve Fox, who is an editor for Department of Truth and stuff like that, and they started. Steve, he also did Play and Pray? It was an Aftershock one shot that was really good. Party and Pray. Anyways, but Fox works with him, and they do all of their independent stuff is called Tiny Onion, like 2 words.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, I need Tinian. This. Yeah, I need your video more than ever. So you need to get on that and make that pronunciation video, because I've already had a little whiskey and I'm already mispronouncing stuff.
I'm working on it, brother.
All right. So we'll just go to the next page. So. Yeah, there's a knock at the door. Christine goes to answer it. I like that she goes to answer it, and she's like, "Excuse me, John. Unlike you, I'll be right back." Damn. Yeah, I'm like, that's one of the best lines of the issue. Yep. And so she opens the door, and we see the 2 cops that we met on the cover, and. Yeah, the guy with his mustache, it's like a Clark Gable.
That one's
Harry Reams.
A Sneed Dastardly kind of.
It is.
And his hands are in his pocket. He's in like his dress street, like the jackets are a little long. It's interesting.
We received reports of a Devil and Mrs. Jones.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of cops with hands in their pockets. It's kind of a weird look. Yeah. But they I like that they say, "Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse the intrusion. We're looking for a Colonel John Jameson. We understand he's a friend of yours." I thought it was kind of weird. And then the guy's partner, Ed's partner, says, "That's him there, Ed. Come on. All right, freeze, Jameson. We've got orders to take you in for questioning in connection with last night's ruckus at your place."
Ruckus requires a gun?
Yeah, ruckus requires 2 guns, They burst past Christine, and John is still just defeated. He's like, no need to show off your guns.
He looks like he's got the sweats.
He does. Yeah. Well,
the moon's out.
We know why.
Oh, yeah.
He's hunching over. He's got the sweats. Yeah.
He's like, I'm worried you got those guns. I won't flirt with their bullets by trying to escape.
I know.
Felt like there was a reach there from Doug that didn't really land. Just doing our job, Jameson. Though with all this talk about werewolves, what? I'm beginning to wonder if we aren't bit actors in a horror flick. And they, leave, and it's very Keith. This is very Giffen. Is that his name? Panel there on the bottom left. Thanks, ma'am. Sorry again. Wait, John, what's this all about? As they put him into a police car. What kind of trouble are you in? What have you done? John, answer me. For God's sake, John. And then they just tear off. Answer me.
Guys, before we continue there, I just want to say I'm looking at creature features, the letters page here.
Yes.
And just for your heads up for next episode, the last sentence says, next-ish, your comments on Man-Wolf. See you in 60 days.
Okay.
So the next issue will have comments on Man-Wolf being Creatures on the Loose.
Awesome.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, they're pulling off. We see the cops, an echo from the cover, looking back and saying, "Hey, tough break, fella. That it had to happen like that in front of your girl and all. But if you haven't done anything wrong, you'll be back with her while there's still some of that lover's moon left." And that last panel, as they're saying that, we see the full moon in the distance, and in the foreground, Christine Saunders is hunched over,
sobbing into her hands,
crying into her hands, snot going everywhere. I'm sure. But she's got that nice green top, and she's like Green Goblin.
Purple pants, yeah.
Purple pants, green top, yeah.
And this is like, in my opinion, where the issue actually starts.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just going to go to the next page because it's my favorite page of the whole issue, really. And so, the layout and the movement between panels is so great on this page. Like, so first we see kind of past the cops into the back seat, and then John is sweating, and his pendant is starting to glow. And it says, next panel, we just see the moonstone glowing. It says those rays permeate the lunar rock pendant grafted into the skin of his throat. The pendant flares to scintillating life, and once again, John Jameson's life undergoes a horribly miraculous transformation. And so the middle row of panels is so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's such an amazing transformation. We start with John kind of wincing in pain, then cut to his outstretched hand. And the third panel, we see a wolf's yellow eyes kind of looking over a jacket. And the fourth panel just as fully reveals like this transformed man-wolf. The greats.
Well, I love that the outstretched hand has claws forming.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, it's so, I don't know, it's a subtle and really amazing way to convey a transformation. Those four panels are gold. And then the final panel at the bottom, we're behind the man-wolf as the cops in the front start to turn their heads, saying like, what was that from the back seat? That says at the bottom narration, but even as the two patrolmen begin to turn toward the guttural sound.
And then we get a beautiful splash page, which I would take as a full poster.
Yeah.
It says, the unearthly author of that sound spectacularly bursts free of the squad car. And we have the side view of a police car with the cherries lit up and swirling. And the man-wolf is bursting out. The door flies off, and he's staring straight at us, the viewer, as he's
in the air, jacket still on, pants still
trench
on.
coat on, pants on, shoes on.
Shoes on.
What is he holding?
That is it. The wood, I guess, in the 70s, do they have wood
like from the hand
reinforcement on the inside of the door? Maybe.
Oh, I thought it was like the door handle.
I'm
like
guessing. I have no idea.
Cars.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, it's just him bursting free from this and exploding towards the viewer. Great splash page.
Yeah, it's amazing, and that there's no way that Vinny inked that wolf face. Just no way. That's Tuska all the way.
Yep.
Yeah. So for our final page. So it's kind of the cover was kind of a lie because the cops really didn't see anything, which I don't understand. Because in that first panel on this last page, the cops are like, "What is it? What happened, Frank?" And he's like, I don't know, didn't turn fast enough to see, too dark. I'm like, what, you didn't see this giant werewolf like ripping the door off? They didn't turn their heads fast enough.
But in that panel, it looks like they're in like an old 70s hearse or ambulance, because Colonel Jameson has like all the room in the world to roll around and turn into stuff.
That's true. But so, yeah, they're like, oh, it was too dark, but get your eyes back on the road. We're in a skid. And then they crash into a wall. On that middle panel, as they're just about to crash, we see Man-Wolf, tearing at his coat. He hates coats. He hates clothes. So he's tearing that off. The cop car crashes. And then we get a great final panel with just the Man-Wolf, howling at the moon.
That's straight out of The Howling, the movie.
Yeah,
The Howling,
it really is. The final narration is the chaotic sound of rending metal echoes, then fades, and all is quiet, but for the hissing of steam from a ruptured radiator, a soft, sibilant sound, soon pierced by the eerie baying of a wolf. And then we get the teaser for next issue, says, next, Craven the Hunter. So
and his ballet slippers.
That's right. But so a killer last 2 pages for a real snooze of an issue. God.
Yeah, the last 2 pages were why this existed. And I almost, like I said earlier, wondered if these last 2 pages were kind of, I don't know, if these were the issue that were handed over and then someone said, let's cut this up, reprint something from Atlas, and pad this out a little bit.
Fill it up.
This issue did feel like it was a victim of whatever, like mapped out on the wall of like, okay, here's the issues we need to put out. Here's when this needs to come out. It feels more like behind the scenes Hurt This versus just someone telling you a rad story and buy the comic book.
Yeah,
100%.
And Jack, you said that the backup in the actual issue on this is the story, The Walking Dead.
The backup is, and even that's like, I don't even know why they did it. It's like, it's The Walking Dead.
Well, that's from Menace. I think that's from Menace 7, I think. It's a Gene Colan, or at least the Colan did the cover. But it's a great Menace story. But
so it's literally like 2 pages. It's 3 full pages, and then that's it. Like it was the end.
Yeah, pretty padded.
It was a pretty padded story and a padded issue. So what do you gentlemen think for final thoughts on this? Matt?
I think that we hit on it earlier that, like Jack said, this is Creatures on the Loose. This is kind of people pop in and out just based on the cover. And they were hoping to make Man-Wolf the feature. So it kind of makes sense they recapped his stuff, and his first appearance, his origin was a year ago, I think within 1 month. So I get why they did it. It was a bummer that it came after such an explosive issue that was just grab you by the short and curlies and yank you around the room, kind of a wild action story, and then just stop dead and go, so 11 months ago, and then.
But the idea of this and having someone give a full episode to flesh out and make John like this really full feeling character with 70s feelings, and then to know from our vantage point that like he's going to become a space god.
Yeah,
someone somewhere really, really dug John Jameson.
Yeah,
someone wanted this to happen pretty heavy. So it feels more like it's a hunker down and all right, let's let the dust settle and let's try and get you to feel for this guy. Let's have you care about it.
Or someone wanted to see more sophisticated storytelling.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, and that's, we know that Doug was doing more sophisticated storytelling in the black and white mags at this time. So, and we did see him do this from time to time in Werewolf by Night. But yeah, I just think it was a little clunky in this. The character development was clunky in this issue. It really felt, you really saw the heavy lifting. So it didn't have the intended effect, I think.
Yeah. It had, it was like paint by numbers. Okay, we got to include his dad in his office. We got to include him blowing off his fiance. We got to include the cops, and we got to have him have self-loathing.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go.
And AWOL. That
AWOL.
was right.
AWOL, yes.
Throw one more thing on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some great art here and there intermittently. Storytelling, not the best from anybody, but a couple great splash pages. I don't know.
Yeah. So far, probably our first bummer of an issue that we've covered so far this season.
I was a little underwhelmed yesterday when I read it.
It's underwhelming for sure. There's still, like you said, there's great points to it. There's like at least there's maybe 2 to 3 great pages worth of stuff in a 15-page story.
How does an issue like this affect an ongoing title where kids are racing going, oh man, did you see that werewolf in the police car comic on the stands? Oh, I bought it and it sucked.
Yeah. And I have to wait 2 months on top of that.
Yeah, exactly. So
I lose a lot of faith.
Yeah, I wonder what a comic like that could do to readership.
Yeah, but they're just, I guess they'd know through letters, but as far as they're just looking at circulation, they're looking at numbers sold, and this cover would have sold great, I would think. My God. So yeah, that was the problem. That's the disconnect between, in this 70s era of Marvel is that they're just, which is a trick that's been used since the inception of comics. It's just like, just get that fucking nickel, get that 20 cents, get that dime from those kids, and then doesn't really matter what's inside.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yep.
Legion of Monsters proved that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I see some of the monster heads now tout that cover where all the monsters are scared of something coming at them, I was like, spend money, buy that book. I want you to read it and cry because it sucks.
Hey, but we got a Star God in that issue.
Starseed.
It was so terrible. It was so bad.
Starseed. He was a god. He was an alien.
A golden god.
A golden god.
Oh, still hurts my feeling.
That's
well,
fair.
yeah. No. I think we made the best of this. I'm really glad we had you on for this episode, Jack.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here for the Stinkaroo. It's good stuff.
No, you did the heavy lifting. You helped us with this issue.
Yes, and I was happy that you were on this one in particular. I read this issue yesterday, and I was like, oh, thank God Jack's on because we can talk about Stapled Spine for like 20 minutes.
Yep. It's going to help out.
Otherwise,
I'm super excited that you guys had me on. I love the stuff, and the first season was amazing, and I'm excited. Yeah, I want to see you guys and the level of dedication and self-torture you're going to do. Can you carry this into terrible 90s supernatural Marvel? Can you do this?
Yeah,
I honestly don't know if I can. Jacob and I have been slowly talking about this, and we might need to look at reinventing the show.
Or do like I did and dip into DC. They had some crazy ass horror as well.
They do.
Or focus on the black and white mags. I'm a staunch believer in the black and white mags. They're amazing.
Oh, they are. They're totally amazing.
I'm a huge fan.
I don't know. I'm putting it out of my mind. I can't think about it yet. We have we have another 15 episodes.
The baby's not dead. Relax.
No. It's good, but it's going to be dead.
Yeah.
And that's enough to keep me up at night. So we're going to focus on the fact that we get to have issues and issues ahead of us of man-wolf in space, a fucking werewolf in space. Like that makes us excited.
Yeah. Once you turn the radiation suit into a tunic with a saber,
chainmail,
boots,
done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fur boots.
It writes itself.
It does. Yeah. But I definitely feel like what you're saying, like the idea of going into the 80s and particularly the 90s. I've previewed some of these things of Jack Russell's appearances, and
it's bad. It's bad.
Motorcycle cop glasses and 5 o'clock shadow, and I just feel like
he had a long-running backstory in like Marvel Comics Presents.
Yep,
and that's where they drew him like the howling werewolf.
Yep,
just a super like the were-coyote kind of situation.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think we're all around the same age, and I think that like at least for me, like Marvel in the 90s, like I just couldn't care less about it at the time that it was coming out. Like it got me out. Like honestly, once my line of where I just quit comics altogether was X-Men #1, was just like the Jim Lee, Claremont, like that whole era, like after the Inferno storyline of X-Men, I was out. Like after that, I was just, and I saw what was coming up. I was just like, fuck it. No,
But gentlemen, does it also have something to do with the fact that we probably also got our driver's license around 1992 and 3?
I was just going to say,
get out of the house on our own.
I was like, then I started paying more attention to girls and guitars.
Yeah.
And
truly, there's a lot of stuff was happening there. It wasn't just bad comics.
No, it wasn't. It was it was me seeing Big Daddy Meatstraw at La Luna
and stuff like that drew me back in. So I mean, it wasn't. I never left the medium.
I had a couple years where I left, but definitely, you know,
Evan Dorkin, Milk and Cheese brought me back in.
Milk and
When it
cheese.
was
Yeah,
just
for
a
sure.
lot of just like, oh, this is a
Too
comic
much
book.
coffee, man.
Yep,
Remember that?
Scud the disposable missile, all that
Yeah.
kind of junk.
Actually, you know, the thing that brought me actually back in, I had my girlfriend at the time worked at Dark Horse at the front desk, and we had friends that worked at Oni, and they gave me this book. They're just like, there's this comic. You used to like comics. There's this comic called Whiteout. You need to check this out. And then I was back after that.
Yeah.
Like once I read Whiteout and Queen and Country, like Rucka brought me back into comics.
Whiteout is a crack rock.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's good. Yeah, it's so good. Steve Lieber, fuck.
Yeah, I love Steve
Yeah.
Lieber.
I know, he's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're not making any decisions. The show is called Werewolf by Night Podcast, but I'm definitely feeling, I don't know, the pull of my Marvel Horror Volume 1 Essentials on my shelf, the Son of Satan, Satana, all the early Ghost Rider, all the 70s stuff that like our friend Brad Elmore loves so much. That's where my heart is.
I know.
So maybe the show gets reinvented. I don't know. I'm not going to abandon the Jack Russell idea by any means. You know, Jacob and I have some ideating to do.
Good.
We do, but now we're just like, oh shit, we have like a lot of Patreon subscribers now. we have people paying attention, and our show's called Werewolf by Night. What the fuck are we gonna do?
Yep.
but we're gonna figure it out. Don't worry.
Well, that would, might require a poll here and there. Which you can do. And if you want to support the show, like Jack and so many others do, you can go to patreon.com/werewolf by night podcast and join one of our many levels. We do a bonus show every week where we talk about a werewolf film and other comics we're reading and music we're listening to, or hidden gems of books and stuff like that. So you can do that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it is totally worth it. And we're still getting 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts.
Fucking A.
Which I am very excited about. We just got another one. And like I've said this whole time, if you do give us a 5-star review on whatever podcast platform, take a snapshot of it, send it to us. I will send you a pack of buttons made from real Werewolf by Night comics.
Yes, and we just had a nice video where somebody tagged us, which was really sweet. Across the Bifrost, the Mighty Thor podcast.
That's right.
He opened, he made a unboxing essentially of the buttons that he received in the mail. Some were cold because there was a lot of vapor coming out of his mouth out there.
He looked really cold, but yeah, that was awesome. I'm so glad that people like those, and the buttons. I have a few left of them. We're gonna have to figure out another way when I make a new batch of buttons. But my wife collaged on a card from the pages that I used to cut out the buttons. So there's these really cool collages of from the Werewolf by Night comic with 5 buttons attached to the card. So it is.
And they're all cut out Moon Knights from Werewolf by Night 32 and like an 8.5.
Yeah, so no. It was a 9.2. I think is the issue that okay. That's what I cut out.
Only the best for your listeners.
That's right. I know. This is quality.
Would you ever scoop up any Manwolf stuff and make Manwolf buttons?
Yeah, I would love to. So, basically what I do, I mean, I like to act like a badass, like I'm cutting up mint issues out of my punk rock ethos, but no, I'm taking maybe things that are good minus, which honestly, just unless it's a key fucking book, they're not worth anything.
It's always going to be just to have it.
Yeah. So just to have it. And so I take those and make buttons out of it, and I love it. And I have a ton still cut out from different issues of Werewolf by Night. But yeah, if I could get some Creatures on the Loose, good to fair copies of that, I would love to. We have a nice button maker. I love making buttons.
Not reading copies, cutting copies.
Cutting copies.
Right.
So yeah, please check out our Patreon and support the show like that. Like I mentioned, we have the bonus show every week, and you can listen at the $2 level to just the audio version. But I'm going to be honest with you, we're making this as a video show that we make an audio version. I'm throwing in, if we're talking about comics, I'm throwing in tons of art from the comics. If we're talking about a film, I'm throwing in video, sometimes the whole trailer. And we're talking about records. Obviously, you can hear that, but You're definitely missing out if you're not getting the video version. I hate to be that guy to try and upsell, but you should supersize it and go for the video version, which is $3 and above, because the video version is really actually what we're making, and the audio version is a bastard child that we keep locked up in the closet.
And it looks great, Matt. You do
dog food under the door.
No, you do a great job on those, Matt. I'm impressed every week.
So I want to give a quick shout out to our Pack brothers and sisters, because they are the people that make a lot of this possible. So Michael G. and Tim Tucker, Brian from Marvel by the Month, Josh Link, Jeff Fitzpatrick, Caleb, Ben McClure, Michelle from Moonlight Comics, who will be on an upcoming episode, not this episode, Mark Nivens, new member Rob Haferman. Rob, hey, thank you so much. Russ from Tomes of Evil, Brad Elmore, Johnny Turner, and Jackson T. Overstreet. Thank you all for joining the pack. We appreciate it, and we couldn't do what we do without you.
Yeah, and if you want to get in touch with us, we're on Instagram and Twitter, but we also have you can email us at werewolfbynightpodcast@gmail.com. We're also, Werewolf by Night Podcast on Instagram, and we were lucky enough to get the handle of Werewolf Podcast on Twitter, which I'm still impressed by that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. It's a pretty good one.
Jack, thanks so much for being on with us. This was awesome. You're going to have to come on again.
Thanks for doing the Lord's work, gentlemen.
Yes.
Can you give your handles and stuff again?
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be in the show notes, but just for audio.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a Stapled Spine horror fanzine. I'm entertaining Portland one black-clad moron at a time.
I take offense to that, by the way.
Well, I hope so. And that's at stapledspine.com. And basically, I'm also on the Instagram and the Twitters under Stapled Spine fanzine. And that's that.
Thank you so much for being on. It was a joy to finally meet you, and I've loved reading the zine.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Cool. Well, join us on the bonus show, you members that can. We'll be talking about The Wolf of Snow Hollow. I'm going to talk a little bit about some Italian comics that I like, fumetti. And I have a little musical thing that got kicked out due to time last week. So it's going to be packed full of stuff.
Yep.
Right on. Well, thanks again, Jack. It was so nice to meet you. I hope to have you on again.
Thanks again. Look forward to it.
All right, folks. Thanks for listening. Till we meet again beneath the full moon, furry ones, here's Howlin' at Ya.